Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last short episode of This Is Fate was how Karan becomes Arjun with a different face. And in this episode or in this video, you will get to see how Karan Luthra, that is also Arjun, returned back to the Luthra house, but with revenge. Please keep watching. Karan tells Anjali and the doctor that he now knows and remember his identity and is the Karan Luthra, so he wants to return to the Luthra mansion. The doctor stops Karan and says that he is his doctor, so he cannot let him go like this. The doctor says that Karan needs to be taken under observation because his condition is not good. Karan asks Anjali to find out the details of the hospital and he signs a blank check and says that the doctor can fill any amount that he wants because he is going to buy the entire hospital, and now which means that the hospital now belongs to him, so he can leave without anyone stopping him. Karan asks Anjali to call the driver because he needs to leave right now. The doctor tells Anjali that Karan needs to be treated because right now he is very frustrated and angry, and this can affect his brain and it would worsen his condition. Anjali assures the doctor that she will talk to Karan. Anjali tells Karan that it is okay if he doesn't want to stay here, but if he stays at the hospital for some time, then he would be treated properly. And the doctor also says that he needs to be taken under observation for tonight. And the doctor says that he might lose his memory again if he doesn't cooperate with him. After a lot of persuasion, Karan says okay and he accepted to stay at the hospital, saying that he cannot forget his past now because it is very important to him. Anjali calls Mr. Agraval and thanks him for informing her about Karan's accident. She asks Mr. Agraval to come to the hospital tomorrow and give some rival files to Arjun so that he is distracted from trying to go back home. The next day, Mr. Agraval comes there and Karan asks him that what is he doing here because he had already fired him. Anjali comes there and tells Karan that Mr. Agraval is only here to greet him. Karan says that then Mr. Agraval can stay for probation period and it would give him his position back once he is convinced that he is capable for his position again. Mr. Agraval gives Karan some files. Anjali says that Karan is not well, so he cannot work now. Karan says that he will decide whether he wants to work or not, so who is Anjali to decide for him? Karan collected the files and he thinks that Anjali is a mad girl because she thinks that she can keep him distracted by these files, but she cannot because now he will do what he wants to do. Karan angrily throws away the files and he sees Rishab and Preeta's picture. Karan angrily takes Preeta and Rishab's picture and says that when he forgot everything, then how can he forget the betrayal that he received from his brother and his so-called wife? So now he will definitely take his revenge and now he will go back to the Luthra mansion and he leaves the hospital. At the Luthra house, Preeta wakes up and saw the imagination of Karan and how they usually fight over the cushion. After a while, she realized that she has been daydreaming and she begins to cry. Rishab comes there and asks Preeta to stop crying. Preeta says that she is really waiting for Karan to come back just like the priest has predicted. Rishab says that Preeta doesn't need to think about what the priest said because it is true that Karan is still with them, but he is only in their heart. Meanwhile, Kavya comes there and says that she doesn't want to go to school today. Preeta says that then they have to go to the doctor if Kavya doesn't want to go to school. Hearing the doctor, Kavya quickly says that she is fine now and she will go to school. Preeta laughs and says that she knows that Kavya is doing drama. Karan enters the Luthra mansion and gets emotional after saying that the house is still looking the same, just like 5 years ago. Karan peeped into the room and he feels jealous after seeing Preeta, Rishab and Kavya together having a great time like a family. Rishab leaves for his office and Preeta takes Kavya, who was already dressed in her school uniform, to the car to drop her at school, and both Preeta and Rishab did not notice that Karan has entered the house. In Raki's room, Raki had an imagination that she was angry and Karan comes there to pacify her. Karina comes there and Raki comes out of her imagination and says that Karan is alive. Karina asks Raki not to keep false hope that Karan is alive. Karina says that Karan is alive in their heart and in their talks, but he is not alive in real life. Raki cries and asks that why did Karan leave them and go away. Raki says that Karan is the only one who comes behind her to pacify her whenever she gets upset, but now no one comes behind her to cheer up her mood. Raki continued to cry bitterly. Karina says that Karan will feel bad if he sees Raki in this condition, and Karina consoles Raki. On the other hand, Preeta goes to Kavia's school to drop her. Karan goes behind Preeta's car with his own car. Kavya asks the driver to open the door for her first because she never opens her door by herself. Preeta thinks that Kavia's attitude is exactly like Karan's attitude. Kavya gives a kiss to Preeta and says goodbye. Preeta goes to see Kavia's teacher, and the teacher tells Preeta that Kavya is a very brilliant student, and the teacher tells Preeta that the principal wants to meet her, and Preeta goes to the principal's office. Karan says that Preeta hurt him so much, and Preeta did not only kill his love, but Preeta also killed his memory by giving his daughter's name to she and Rishab's daughter. A flashback is shown. Karan remembers his moment with Preeta, where he told Preeta that he wants Preeta to give birth to a baby girl. Preeta says that they will give their baby girl a name that starts with Karan's name first letter. Karan says that then they will call their daughter Kavya. Preeta also agreed that their daughter's name will be Kavya, and the flashback ends. Karan feels bad thinking that Preeta gave the name that is suggested for their daughter to Rishab's daughter, and Karan keeps following Preeta secretly, saying that he would have to find out the truth about Preeta. Preeta is going to the principal's office and Karan follows her. Preeta feels like someone is following her, so she looks back, but Karan hides from there and Preeta couldn't see him. Karan says to himself that why did he hide himself from Preeta when he should have faced her and confront her for her betrayal. Then he calmed himself down and says that he would wait for the right moment before confronting Preeta. Preeta goes to the principal's office. The principal tells Preeta that Kavya is a very brilliant student and she knows that Kavya will be the top in her class. Preeta says that she is feeling very proud to be Kavya's mother, and the principal says that Preeta should definitely feel proud, but Preeta should also know that Kavya is becoming very naughty day by day and her misbehavior is also increasing. The principal says that yesterday, Kavya pushed her classmate and her parents have to lodge a complaint. Preeta says that she is sorry to hear that, but she promised that she will talk to Kavya and she will correct her mistakes. The principal asks Preeta to tell Kavya's father Rishab about this matter because she knows that Rishab is a very calm person and it would easily make Kavya understand everything. Preeta smiles and says that the principal is right, that Rishab is a very calm and a nice man. Karan is secretly watching Preeta and the principal talking, and Karan thinks that Preeta is praising Rishab a lot, but she has totally forgotten about him and the memories that they shared, and this got Karan more angry. Preeta sees Karan secretly listening to their conversation, and she goes behind him. Karan ran away from there, and Preeta also runs after him, thinking that it was the same man that has been following her since morning. Please don't forget that Karan's face has been changed, so Preeta did not know that he is Karan. Karan ran to hide in the school storeroom, and Preeta also goes into the storeroom. Preeta in the storeroom says that she can feel Karan's presence around her. Karan, who is also hiding in the storeroom, says to himself that he will get answers from Preeta on why she betrayed him. The school worker comes there and locks the storeroom without knowing that people were in the storeroom. Preeta feels that someone is hiding there and she asks if there's anyone there. Karan refused to say anything, and Preeta threatened that she knows that someone is there and she is not scared because if he do anything with her, then her family will not spare him, so he should come out now. Karan refused to come out of hiding, thinking that he would punish Preeta today because Preeta deserves to be punished. Okay, Karan is back to the Luthra house to take revenge, doing hide and seek with people that are not even aware that he is doing hide and seek with them. Instead of this guy to just go to his mom and his dad and ask them, why did you guys get my wife married to my brother? Then they will explain to him and the story will be cleared. Then everybody will be happy that their son is alive and stuff. But to make the story long now, they have to drag it, imagine. Anyways, me, I'm enjoying this story so far. Thank you so much guys for watching. I will see you in the next update. Bye guys.